Couple of fabulous races. The expected winners were beaten, which is always great to see. There's nothing so that does produce perhaps what Duncan might have been alluding to, that the expectation of a certain result, that doesn't do us any good when it always rolls out exactly in the way that is being predicted. But we did have two fabulous races. The ladies' race, despite the best efforts of the Fabulous Four, or indeed the Fabulous Five if you include Selafic Mergia, they were turned back by one young athlete who, as I said yesterday in the post-race press conference, did sneak under the radar a bit. She's had wins in Ottawa and Shanghai last year, and set out in Dubai earlier on this year at sub-2:20 pace and held that for, I think, beyond halfway before I started getting one or two problems. But yesterday clearly came here with a plan, and it worked dramatically. Will you please welcome our champion this year, Tigist Tufa. And of course, our men's champion is a man who's familiar with topping the rostrum. It was his fourth win out of 5 starts. Every single race he's had has been spectacularly quick. And he has been a champion for a long, long time, winning the world title in Paris back in 2003 at 5,000 metres with the likes of Haile Gebrselassie and Kenenisa Bekele behind him. It was a superb race, and it looked to me like there's a lot more to come. Eliud Kipchoge. Richard Naraka, of course, who was no slouch himself a few years back, has very kindly offered to act as interpreter with Tigist. So, Tigist, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Did you get much sleep last night after winning this amazing race? And how are the legs feeling this morning?
ብዙ አልተኛው
I didn't sleep a lot in that now. ደከመሽ?
በጣም አሪፍ ነው። ያው ደስታውም ስላለ ነው መሰለኝ ብዙ አልደከመኝም።
So I'm so happy that I don't feel any tiredness.
Has you been for a run this morning?
ዛሬ ሮች?
አልሰራው።
No. Hasn't been training today.
Did the race yesterday, did a win, and the apparent ease of her win, frankly, does it surprise her, or did she go into the race very, very confident of making, say, the top 3?
ስላሸነፈሽ ይገርማል ወይ አይገርም? ማለት ከውድድር በፊት ማሸነፍ ይችላል አስበሽ ነበር?
ማለትም በጣም ሰርቼ ነው የመጣሁት። ተዘጋጅቻለሁ።
So I prepared very hard for the race.
ከዲሰምበር 22 ጀምሮ ስለዚህ ውድድር ነበር ሳስብ ነበር 2014 ጀምሮ ማለት ነው ለንደንን ለማሸነፍ ነበር ሳስብ ነበር
So since December the 22nd I've thought about this race and I've started preparing for this race.
ሆኖም ግን ያው በቀላል ማሸነፍ እንደማልችል አቅ ነበር ለምን በጣም ቶፕ የሆኑ አትሌቶች ናቸው ያሉት ከኢትዮጵያ ሆነ ከኬንያ
So I knew it was going to be a hard race with other Ethiopian and Kenyan athletes.
እና በቀላሉ አልሸነፍም ብዬ ነበር አሸንፌያለሁ
I knew I could win and I came here to win and that's what I did.
Thank you, Tigist. Eliud, congratulations. I was staggered at how relaxed you looked with a couple of miles to go, but prior to yesterday you were a little bit intimidated by the quality of the field. Kipchoge, Kimetto and another half dozen other guys who are in their time have been great champions. What were your thoughts on the start line yesterday?
Okay, my mind was clear that I had a good plan and I prepared for the last 3.5-4 months for this race. So personally I was treating myself as the best prepared person in the line, and I was ready to face anything.
So approaching Big Ben with about 3/4 of a mile to go, just over a kilometre to go, you looked very, very relaxed. Were you thinking, I've got this in the bag, or were you a little scared that Kipchoge had another gear?
I was a little bit scared, but after grabbing more at 40 kilometers and getting immediately, then I was 80% sure I would win it.
It must be becoming a common experience for you when you get back to Kenya and the family after a big victory. Do you celebrate in any particular way?
No, I've run for the last 12 years and I am a low-key person. I don't want big celebrations. And, yeah.
Can you tell us something, Eliud, about your home life? You have been a champion now for a span of 12 years at different events, and you really found your niche in the world of marathon running, which seems a little ironic after, 10 years or so of trying to get more track titles. Can you tell us about your home life in Kenya outside of running? Do you have a farm? What businesses do you have?
I have a farm. It's normally in Africa. I come from Africa and I come particularly...
Not everyone in Africa has a farm there. How many acres?
In Africa for my cows.
And other business in Eldoret or in Iten or?
Not really, but some few real estate.
And the family? Tell us about the family. When you get home, would you most of the European runners and American runners I've spoken to have planned a holiday now, for example. That's it. They're going off on holiday to the seaside, or they're going to some beautiful city for at least a long week away. Do you just go back home and slot straight back into the old routine, or do you actually plan to do something special?
I will spend my time with my family, but actually I'm not a tourist, but the time will come for going to whole world after athletics.
So all the sightseeing is in when you've done a Paul Radcliffe and hung up your racing shoes?
Exactly.
Okay. Rich, I'd like to ask Tigist about that. Her sister was a great runner not very many years ago. And what is her home life like? Does she have her own place? Does she live with other family members? And what does she do to maintain a business, or has she started a business, or is she saving it all for after her career?
Okay, sina Addis Ababa nuro inneka garala niyet tikoyalish Addis Ababa kamangar tikoyalish.
እኔ የተወለድኩበት በቆጂም ነው የምኖረው አዲስ አበባ ነው።
So I was born in Kipchoge, where Kenenisa was born, but now I'm living in Addis Ababa.
አዲስ አበባ ነው የምኖረው።
Yeah.
የምኖረው ከቤተሰቦቼ ጋር ነው ከነመስቶት ጋር ማለት ነው የምኖረው።
Okay, ቤተሰብ ማለት ከሄተሽ ጋር?
አዎ ወንድሞች አሉኝ ሌሎችም አሉ።
So I'm living with my family, by which I think she means her brothers and sisters, including Nestorot, her older sister, who was the silver medalist in 2008. In business Alish, Mimman Karucha Wichi, Mimman Tisralish.
Business የለኝም ያው ካሁን በኋላ ልገባበት ይችላል።
So I don't have any business, but that'll come later.
Did she want to make a statement?
No, this is mine.
Okay, I thought she was going to say a few words.
Sila wudide batakalai tinish malagagar tifagalish. Mimman malet አመሰግናለሁ ማለት tifagalish.
አዎ ምፈልገዋለሁ። በመጀመሪያ ለንደን መኒ ቨርጂን መኒ ማራቶን በጣም አመሰግናለሁ በመጋበዜ ብዙ ነገሮችን አልፌ ተጋብዤ እዚህ ላይ ወጪ በማሸነፌ በጣም ደስተኛ ነኝ። ከምንም በላይ ብዙ ነገር እና ያለፍኩት።
Okay, so he just wants to say thank you to Virgin Money London Marathon organisers for giving her the opportunity to run here.
Is she going to treat herself with the prize money when she gets home to anything? I mean, I don't know, it might probably be the big handbags and the expensive shoes for ladies over this side of the Mediterranean, but what would Tigist do?
So በገንዘብ ምን ትስራለሽ? አሁን ትልቅ ሽልማት አገኘሽ?
አሁን የሚሰራ መኪና የለኝም። መኪና ገዛለሁ፣ ግን ከመኪና ማስቀድሜ የምረዳቸው ሰዎች አሉ። ቤት ውስጥ ከፋሚሊ የምረዳ ቤተሰብ አለኝ እና ያንን ነው የምኖረው።
Yeah, so she'd like to buy a car. She doesn't have a car at the moment, so she plans to buy a car. But even before she gets to the point of buying a car, she wants to help her immediate family. They need help, and she'll do that.
In what way would that help? Sort of, would it be literally buying houses for them, or is it buying cars, or is it helping educate them? What is that?
ቤተሰብ እንዴት ትረዳለሽ ማለት በትምህርት ቤት ወይ በቤት ወይ በምግብ?
ሁለት ከውጪ ሌላ ሰው አለኝ ከውጪ ምረዳቸው የችግረኛ ቤተሰብ ሁለት ልጆች አሉኝ። ከፋሚሊ ደግሞ ያው የሚቸገር ብዙ ሰው ስላለ
ምን አይነት ልጆች? ልጆች ኩብቺ
ሁለት ልጆች አሉ። ሌሎች ማለትም የኔ ልጅ ሳይሆን የምረዳቸው ልጆች አሉ። በራሴ ማለት ነው። አዲስ አበባ
Okay.
ከቤተሰብ ጋር ነው።
So it's just helping them financially in different ways. She's just referring to a couple of children who she helps. They're not her own children, but they're children that she wants to give financial help to, and then also help within the family.
So it's pretty simple. It's really
Financial help. It's just, in small ways, I think.
But first job is to help others, and secondly to get us off a car, a motor.
Yeah.
Okay. Eliud, your time yesterday, very quick, but a little way away from the world record. Is the focus now for you to perhaps plan an assault on the world record? You must be aware that, it's very easy to take for granted your time in the sun. You're in very, very good shape. You're not injured. The running is coming. I'm not going to say running's coming easily. You're training very hard, but the results are very consistent. And sometimes when you become complacent and you take it for granted, that's when things can come up and bite you and things go wrong. So you're in a golden period of form at the moment. Are you going to plan perhaps a world record assault later this year? Or, as you suggested yesterday, maybe Beijing is your plan for the second half of the year, the World Championships?
They say a champion is not made, it's not manufactured when you win a race. But it's the seconds, the minutes, the hours, weeks and months he has prepared very well. So for my preparation, I was having people who are actually guiding me and doing all what is necessary for me. So it's in order for me to go back and consult and sit down with my coaches, my management, and everybody concerning my plan as from now.
And I suppose, I think a lot of people say, look, I don't care about the times will look after themselves, I want to win races and be a champion, and that is probably should be the first priority. What about Rio? What about Olympic gold? You have Olympic medals already, but you don't have the Olympic gold.
Yes, my aim in next year, because the World Championships already I have a gold medal for 5,000 meters, but in Olympics I have a bronze and silver medal. So I think Rio is ideal for me.
Is that, it would complete the set, as we say. You have Olympic silver and Olympic bronze. Do you yet have any idea how or when the Kenyan team would be selected for Rio?
No idea at the moment.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Right, look, I'll open up to questions. Any questions for our two champions from yesterday? Yes.
Just a question for both of the guys. Are you both expecting and planning to come and defend your title this time next year?
በሚቀጥለው ዓመት እዚህ መሮጥ ታስባለሽ?
አዎ
Yes, so Tigist is expecting to come here and defend her title.
Absolutely, I will come here next year.
That's a yes then. Yes, Ali.
Hi, this is a question for Eliud. I spoke to your coach, Patrick, last week, and he said to me that if you won today, it would be as good as winning his Olympic medal. Can you tell me what he said to you after the race yesterday?
He was happy and he was over happy, so I think I like a word to use it, how happy he was. Yeah.
Anything else? Yes.
A question to the women's race. So you started slow, but then you picked up the pace, and about 7 kilometers, you are almost on 2:20. But then you did not follow any further the pacemakers, and the pace already at half marathon went almost to 2:24 projection. So what was the reason why you did not follow and kept the pace high?
ከፔስሜከር ጋር ለምን አልሮጥሽም? በመጀመሪያ በአንደኛ ግማሽ ፔስ ቴምፖ ትንሽ አልፈትን ነበር። ለምን?
ሌሎቹም ስለነበሩ ከኋላ ማለትም ያው እነ ሜሪ ሌሎቹም ምናሰለፍ ሁሉም አሉ ይመስለኛል። እኔ ከኋላ ነበርኩኝ የተወሰነ ጊዜ እነሱ ፈጥኖ ስላልሄዱ እነሱ ስጠብቅ ስለነበረ እኔም ከነሱ ጋር አልሄድኩኝም ስጠብቅ ነበረ ከኔም
So my race tactic was to run with the group, not the pacemakers, to run with the group. So she was for a good part of the race just following, running behind Mary and others in the group, including Selefec.
I mean, it strikes me that that was one of the very, very possible scenarios was what happened yesterday. When you get a strong field like that, you can put pacemakers there, but they're entitled to ignore the pacemakers and just watch each other if they want. And certainly at stages of the race, that's what they did. So that's going to slow the times down. And I think, you know, the other thing about yesterday's ladies' race was the Fabulous Four. Some of them had a bad day at the office, the Fabulous Five, which was unexpected. And Tigist was obviously the beneficiary of that. So I mean, I'd congratulate her for winning a fabulously strong race that was a tactical affair. You know, we've already alluded to, you know, one can get too caught up with times and pacemaking, but it was lovely to see a real game of chess unfold. Any other questions for our two champions? Okay, well, Tigist Tufa is our 2015 champion. Eliud Kipchoge, our 2015 champion of the Virgin Money London Marathon. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Let's say thank you to them. Thank you. Thank you.
Hard work, dedication. Hard work. Dedication. Hard work. Dedication. And that's what